What really happened that night in Istanbul? Why did Yaman, once known for his confidence and distance, suddenly break down in tears? Was this a sincere confession, or a regret that came far too late? And most importantly, did Demet ever consider forgiving him? Welcome back to Magazine News and Gossip, the channel where hidden emotions, shocking confessions, and untold celebrity stories come to light. Before we dive deep into this emotional storm, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because stories like this don't come often, and when they do, they change everything. Last night, the world of celebrity gossip was shaken to its core. After months of rumors, accusations of infidelity, bitter breakups, harsh public statements, and endless speculation, a scene unfolded that no one expected to witness. The image that emerged was nothing like the Yaman we thought we knew. For the first time, cameras weren't capturing anger or cold indifference. They weren't met with silence or controlled smiles. Instead, they revealed a man completely undone. According to leaked information, this emotional encounter took place in a quiet, isolated neighborhood of Istanbul, far from the spotlight, far from friends, managers, and familiar faces. This was not a coincidence. This private meeting was reportedly organized at the direct request of Yaman himself. Sources claim that in the days leading up to the meeting, Jan had completely withdrawn from the world. He stopped attending shoots. He avoided his friends. Messages went unanswered. Calls were ignored. Then, suddenly, one message changed everything. "We need to talk." That was the message Yaman allegedly sent to Demet Özdemir. At first, Demet was said to be hesitant, distant, guarded. Understandably so. After everything that had happened, after the emotional scars, after the public scrutiny, she had every reason to say no. But according to insiders, mutual acquaintances stepped in, convincing her that this conversation might finally bring closure. What happened next has already been described as one of the most unforgettable moments in celebrity history. An anonymous witness, who claims to have seen the meeting but chose to remain unnamed, described the scene in chilling detail. "I had never seen Yaman like that before," the source said. The strong, confident man disappeared the moment he sat down. His hands were shaking. His eyes were full of tears. For the first few minutes, Jan reportedly couldn't speak. He avoided eye contact. His head was lowered. The silence between them was heavy, almost unbearable. Then, after taking a deep breath, the actor broke down. He cried. Not quietly, not briefly. He cried as if years of regret had finally caught up with him. The words Yaman spoke next quickly spread through the corridors of the gossip world. "I can't forgive myself for what I put you through," he reportedly told Demet. "I hurt you. I damaged your pride. I destroyed your trust." Sources say his voice trembled as he continued. "I swear to you, I will never do this to any woman again in my life. You will never go through what I made you go through." As he spoke, tears streamed down his face. He struggled to finish his sentences. Every word seemed heavier than the last. Demet Özdemir, however, remained silent. According to those close to the situation, she listened without interrupting him. She never took her eyes off Jan, yet she didn't say a single word. That silence, witnesses say, affected Jan even more deeply. He continued speaking. "The day I lost you, I actually lost myself," he said. "I held on to the wrong people, the wrong emotions, the wrong choices." Then came the sentence that stunned everyone who later heard it. "But you were always right." Jan reportedly paused, swallowed hard, and added quietly, "I don't deserve forgiveness, but his confession didn't end there. Sources insist that this was not just an apology. It was a confrontation, a reckoning. Jan Yaman allegedly looked Demet in the eyes and said, "I don't expect you to forgive me. Maybe I don't even deserve it. But I needed you to know this. I will never hurt you again. Whether you are in my life or not, I will always protect you." These words reportedly brought tears to Demet Özdemir's eyes. Witnesses claim she struggled to hold them back, choosing strength over vulnerability. The conversation then turned to the past. Painful memories resurfaced. Old wounds were reopened. Jan is said to have repeatedly apologized for his jealousy, his sudden decisions, and his controlling behavior. For the first time that night, Demet spoke. "I always loved you," she reportedly said, "but I forgot myself." Then she added a sentence that changed the entire tone of the meeting. "I will never abandon myself for anyone again." According to sources, these words hit Jan harder than anything else that night. He lowered his head and fell silent. Minutes passed. He couldn't speak. The meeting lasted nearly 2 hours. There were long silences. There were moments of intense emotion. Jan reportedly stood up several times, walked to the window, and returned with red, swollen eyes. A witness later summarized the encounter with haunting clarity. "This wasn't a meeting to reunite," the witness said. "It was a man facing his own mistakes." By the end of the conversation, Demet Özdemir reportedly drew a clear line. This conversation wasn't about returning to the past, she told Jan, according to close sources. It was about closing the wound. "I need to protect myself." They didn't hug. They didn't touch. They said goodbye with distance still between them. After the meeting, the celebrity world split into two. Some believed Jan Yaman's remorse was genuine. Others felt it was a confession that came far too late. Social media exploded with reactions. Jan Yaman showed his true feelings for the first time. Demet did the right thing by staying strong. Sometimes an apology is not enough. Following the emotional encounter, it was claimed that Jan Yaman closed his social media accounts entirely. Demet Özdemir, on the other hand, shared only a single, brief message. "A conversation may calm the heart," the message read, "but it doesn't always change the direction." That sentence echoed across gossip pages and fan accounts, interpreted as a symbol of Demet's emotional yet resolute stance. And now, the question remains, was this the final chapter? Or just the beginning of a story no one expected? This was Magazine News and Gossip, bringing you the stories behind the headlines. If this video moved you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. New stories are coming, and you won't want to miss what happens next. See you in the next video.